Imagine a peaceful night, suddenly ruptured by the roar of 20 missiles streaking across the sky. That's precisely what happened on this fateful day when Iran launched a surprise attack on Israel. This wasn't a scene from a movie or a nightmare, but a harsh reality that occurred abruptly, without warning. The date was etched in the annals of history, as the tranquility of the evening was shattered, replaced by the terrifying sounds of sirens and explosions. The missiles, 20 in number, targeted various regions in Israel, turning the serene night into a battlefield. Israel, taken aback by the unexpected attack, reacted swiftly, launching countermeasures and bolstering its defenses. The international community too was quick to respond, expressing concern, condemning the attack, and calling for immediate cessation of hostilities. The world watched in stunned silence as the night sky lit up with the deadly dance of destruction. This attack, shocking as it was, didn't occur in a vacuum. The tensions had been simmering for years. The United States and Iran had been locked in a tense dance, their indirect negotiations to restore the nuclear deal of 2015 grinding to a halt in Doha, Qatar. With no significant progress, the specter of potential escalation loomed, reminiscent of the tense summer of 2019. Meanwhile, the threat from Iran-backed militias posed a tangible danger to over 3,000 American troops stationed in Iraq and Syria. These escalating attacks placed the Biden administration in a precarious position, balancing the need for a forceful response and the risk of a wider conflict. And let's not forget the previous conflict between Israel and Hamas, which resulted in over 4,100 deaths and sent shockwaves through the global economy. The fear was that any further escalation could disrupt oil markets and send prices skyrocketing, a situation that could lead to a significant drop in global GDP growth. The geopolitical landscape was a tinderbox, influenced by a myriad of factors and events. The death of Al Jazeera correspondent Shireen Abu Akleh, drones launched towards an Israeli gas rig, gender-based violence in the Arab world. These were all signs of a region on the edge. The signs were all there, pointing to an impending storm, and yet, the world hoped for the best. Now that we've looked at the lead-up to the attack, it's time to explore the aftermath and the lessons we need to learn. The immediate fallout of the attack was devastating, with significant loss and damage rippling through the region. Not only was this a human tragedy, but it also had far-reaching economic implications. The global economy took a hit, particularly in the arena of oil prices and supply chains. Fears of an escalation of the conflict caused oil markets to fluctuate wildly, with predictions of a 70% increase in prices. This, in turn, could lead to a significant drop in global GDP growth, inflation spikes, and disruptions in supply chains. In response to the crisis, key international players including the US and EU were compelled to act. The US, for instance, faced the dilemma of responding forcefully and risking wider conflict or appearing weak during an election year. The EU, on the other hand, facilitated talks in Doha due to slow, long-distance diplomacy and growing concerns about Iran's nuclear program. To summarize, the sudden attack, the tense buildup, and the aftermath have all reshaped our understanding of the current geopolitical landscape. As we bear witness to these events, we must remember that the choices we make today will determine the world we live in tomorrow.